Top 10 Best Luxury SUVs 2022. Rolls-Royce Cullinan. The Rolls-Royce Cullinan is the most luxurious SUV money can buy. This is reflected in the prices, which start from more than £250,000, making it head and shoulders the most expensive car in this list. For the money, buyers get trademark contemporary Rolls-Royce opulence in a huge, high-riding package. Not only is it the most lavishly appointed SUV you can buy in Britain, it's the biggest too, sizing up noticeably larger than even the Mercedes GLS. Under the bonnet sits a 6.75-liter twin-turbocharged V12 engine producing 563 bhp and 950 Nm torque. It lives an unstressed life, and contributes to the immensely refined and serene environment the Cullinan is on the move. The firm's first SUV is aimed more towards people who will climb behind the wheel rather than the chauffeur market. To that end, it's good to drive too, while Rolls has worked hard to ensure that the Cullinan is not just a leviathan for the road, it's immensely capable off-road too. Throw in trademark Rolls personalization, and it's clear that the Cullinan is an SUV worthy of its prestigious badge. Bentley Bentayga Mulliner. The Bentley Bentayga is a mid-size luxury crossover SUV marketed by Bentley since late 2015. It is the second SUV, and the first in large numbers, to be produced by the brand. Its body is manufactured at the Volkswagen Zwickau-Mosel plant in Germany, then painted by Paintbox Editions in Banbury, England, and finally assembled at Bentley's factory in Crewe, United Kingdom. With either a V8 or W12 engine under the hood, the Bentayga has the muscle for sustained high-speed cross-country touring. And behind its rear seat is a cargo hold with enough square footage for a high-speed shopping spree. The posh cabin is lined with supple, aromatic leather, gorgeous wood and metal accents, and every modern infotainment feature buyers expect of a cutting-edge motorcar. The Bentayga's class above intentions and six-figure price tag put it into competition with the equally princely Mercedes Maybach GLS 600 and the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. Mercedes Maybach GLS. If size matters, the Mercedes GLS is the place to look. Exclude the £250,000 plus Rolls-Royce Cullinan, and you're looking at one of the largest SUVs on the market. The new flagship Mercedes SUV is simply enormous. 7 adults can travel in it comfortably, and they will do, thanks not just to the sheer amount of space on offer in the cabin but also to standard air suspension across the lineup. Mercedes has aimed to make the new GLS these class of S.U.V. And while it's not the poster boy of the luxury SUV market like the S-Class is in the limousine segment, there's a clear likeness, based simply on how refined the GLS is on the move. Few SUVs are better suited to long-distance cruising, while the GLS is also adept off-road too, when fitted with an optional off-road package. Porsche Cayenne. For buyers after a large luxury SUV with some sporting pedigree, Porsche has the answer with the Cayenne. It has quickly established itself as one of the brand's most popular models across 3 generations, and the current model is the best yet. It's difficult to really call a car as large and as heavy as the Cayenne, especially in plug-in hybrid guise, sporty. But, in a class of cars with no real dynamism, the Porsche is the closest thing you'll get to a large luxury SUV that's fun to hustle at speed, Lamborghini Urus excluded. The range-topping Cayenne Turbo SE Hybrid packs 671 bhp and is capable of 0-62 miles per hour in 3.8 seconds. That's true supercar baiting territory, but even the entry-level 335 bhp Cayenne still manages the benchmark sprint in 6.2 seconds and a top speed of 152 miles per hour. What's more, the Cayenne is a lesson in luxury inside, tastefully applying some 911-inspired touches in a spacious, well-made environment. Range Rover SV Autobiography Dynamic. Nothing quite captures what a top-end SUV should be quite like the Range Rover. It's the original posh off-roader and still one of the most desirable luxury cars out there with an air of obtainability. A new model will go on sale later this year, but despite being older than many other cars on this list, the outgoing Range Rover is still a hugely convincing proposition. Few off-roaders are more capable when the going gets tough, while on road, the Range Rover's refinement and ride leave little to be desired, thanks to extensive insulation and standard air suspension. Perhaps what matters most to buyers in this market is the amount of choice afforded. The Range Rover lineup is expansive, with several models to choose from. Although the base Vogue model is luxuriously appointed, Even including a digital TV receiver, several loftier equipment lines are offered, plus is a sporty SV autobiography dynamic version. Aston Martin DBX. The Aston Martin DBX is a mid-sized luxury crossover SUV produced by British luxury car manufacturer Aston Martin. Production officially started on July 9, 2020. Don't be fooled by its SUV body. The 2023 Aston Martin DBX is instilled with the British brand's racy DNA. It's bulkier than a DB11 and not as agile as a Vantage, but unlike its low-slung siblings, this high-riding ute has a usable back seat, offers a lot more cargo space, and it can tow and go off-road. The regular DBX has a sweet-sounding twin-turbo V8, but it's not as quick as some less expensive competitors. The remedy for that is the new 697-horsepower DBX 707, which has a hotter engine and other performance enhancements. Every example also comes with a rich-looking interior that can be extensively customized. We do wish it had a firmer brake pedal and a full complement of active safety features, though. Still, the 2023 DBX is just as dapper and entertaining as Aston's Grand Touring cars, it's just dressed in an SUV wrapper. BMW X7. Though BMW's SUV lineup is now one of the biggest in the business, the X7 allowed the brand to enter a new territory. This was the Bavarian brand's first Range Rover-sized SUV, and it's an affordable entry into this list, all things considered, with prices starting at just around £80,000 for the 335 bhp 6-cylinder X7 xDrive 40i model. It skimps on quality a little to achieve this, with the X7's cabin feeling more closely related to those in its smaller and saloon-bodied siblings. It won't venture as far off-road as the Range Rover, either. Volvo XC90. It's been around for a few years now, but the Volvo XC90 still stands out as a brilliant luxury SUV, and it's a relatively affordable one too, compared with rivals. That's because the XC90 starts from around £59,000, with a range topping 385 bhp plug-in hybrid T8 twin-engine Inscription Pro models still priced from less than the basic cost of a BMW X7. The entire XC90 lineup uses 4-cylinder engines, so buyers looking for a bit of presence under the bonnet will have to look elsewhere. It's far from the sharpest SUV to drive, but it is one of the most comfortable and will be more affordable to run than most of its rivals. It's still one of the most modern-feeling options too, with a cool, Scandinavian influence to the cabin design. Lincoln Navigator. The 2022 Navigator large luxury SUV elevates life on the road with effortless technology. This vehicle introduces all new available active glide technology that allows you to operate your Navigator hands-free, while keeping your eyes on the road. Sitting at the pinnacle of the Lincoln Motor Company's all-SUV lineup, the 2022 Navigator SUV shares its mechanicals with the Ford Expedition, but it's far more than an Expedition with leather seats. The Navigator's deluxe cabin is lined with fine materials, a long list of standard convenience items, and the best tech features Lincoln has to offer. Leather, wood trim, and knurled metal knobs imbue the cabin with a posh ambience, while optional 30-way power-adjustable front seats make it easy to tailor the car specifically to you. Under the hood is a 440-horsepower twin-turbocharged V6 which allows the Navigator to tow as much as 8,700 pounds. Lamborghini Urus. The Urus isn't the first Lamborghini SUV, but it's the most important car the brand has launched in years, designed to inject the sort of cash flow into the company that Porsche has seen since introducing the Cayenne. With Lamborghini part of the VW Group, the Urus is based on the same platform as its Porsche-developed sibling. It uses an engine found in the Cayenne and Bentley Bentayga to a turbocharged 4.0-liter V8, developing a whopping 641 bhp. It means that the Urus is one of the fastest SUVs in the world, capable of reeling off the sprint to 62 miles per hour from standstill in just 3.6 seconds, while top speed comes in at 190 miles per hour. And this supercar worrying performance comes with a bit of off-road ability too. BMW iX. The BMW iX is not the brand's first electric SUV, but it is the first to be built on a dedicated EV platform. While its looks may be divisive, there is no doubting the 9's appeal in the newly growing electric sector of the luxury SUV market. 3 versions are available: the xDrive 40, xDrive 50, and the sportier M60, offering up to 257, 380, and 357 miles of battery range respectively. While all models should prove easy to live with every day with such solid ranges, they also offer an incredibly refined drive, plenty of head and legroom, and a high level of overall quality. Make no mistake, the 9 is a heavy car with a curb weight of 2,440 kilograms, so if you're looking for the usual BMW sportiness and agility, you may be disappointed. Audi RS Q8. The Audi RS Q8 combines the DNA of our high-performance RS models, adds the practicality of an SUV, and packages it impeccably in the body of a coupe. If the amazing Lamborghini Urus is too expensive or too flashy for you, the 2022 Audi RS Q8 offers a similar package and nearly identical performance. The reason for the similarities is the close mechanical ties between these two top-tier hyper-performance SUVs. Although the Audi's version of their shared twin-turbo V8 makes 50 fewer horsepower, its acceleration virtually is breathtaking. Despite commanding a 6-digit transaction price, the Audi could and should be considered a performance bargain considering that it costs about half as much as the Lambo. Inside, the RS Q8 offers the same tech-forward cabin we've come to expect from modern Audis, with a dual touchscreen infotainment setup, an all-digital gauge cluster, and plenty of other gadgets. Genesis GV80. The first ever SUV from Genesis, pushing the limits of style and performance with a full suite of intuitive technology, all-road capability, luxurious comfort for all passengers, and a design that stops you in your tracks. With a stately design and a serene, leather-lined cabin, the 2022 GV80 is a perfect flagship for the Genesis SUV lineup. From the moment you open the driver's door, the GV80's interior impresses with lap of luxury amenities and finishes, which earns it an Editor's Choice Award from us. Aggressive drivers will likely find performance-oriented rivals such as the Audi SQ8 and the Porsche Cayenne more enticing, but the GV80's ride is composed and comfortable. A turbocharged 2.5-liter 4-cylinder is standard, but a more powerful twin-turbo 3.5-liter V6 is available and help the GV80 snap off a quick 5.3 seconds run to 60 miles per hour at our test track. If you're looking for a premium SUV that's just as posh as a BMW X5 or a Mercedes-Benz GLE class, the GV80 is worth a close look, especially because its unique approach to luxury sets it apart from its European rivals.